Hello everyone, this is Derek with Reef Automation, and this is another company review video. Today we're going to review GHL out of Germany. GHL has been around since 1995, you could believe it, but unfortunately most of us here in the United States have never even really heard of them. It was something that came kind of out of the blue, I would say maybe a decade ago, when I started to hear about GHL and got intrigued with their products. However, when I started to use them, things started to change quickly, on my opinion. If you haven't watched the GHL versus Apex series, I would highly recommend you watch that, where I go in depth with GHL and I go in depth with Neptune. So we're gonna rank it on our top 5 categories. Number 1 being product quality, number 2 being product diversity, number 3 being customer service, number 4 being price, and number 5 being software and software updates. Okay, so number 1 is going to be product quality. This was an easy score. I would say GHL, based on all of my findings of people that own GHL and people that have used GHL products, all of them across the board say how amazing their quality is, how long their products last with almost no problems. When I go on GHL forums, when I go on GHL groups, I don't see any people complaining about issues. I don't see any people going on and going, oh, the wireless stopped working. Most of their products work, and they work for a long time. So I think a 5 out of 5 is a very good score for GHL, and I think it's well deserved because the quality of their products is by far top notch in our hobby. Okay, so the next one is diversity, product diversity. So that means how many products do they have? GHL has a lot of products. For those that don't know, GHL has freshwater products. They have products for commercial use. They have a number of different things that you can do with their products. They have a product where you can buy kind of like an empty shell and put cards into it for different sensors. I would say their product diversity is amazing. They have level sensors, they have lights, they have pumps, they have peristaltic pumps, which I really like. They have an alkalinity tester, they have a water testing system. Overall, they have a lot of products, and this was an easy score of 5 out of 5 for GHL. They have a wide range of products. Okay, so number 3 is customer service, and unfortunately this is where GHL kind of falls off the cliff. In terms of their customer service, I can tell you from my experience, it has not been the greatest. I haven't heard a lot from other people with their customer service, and I think that's because a lot of people don't have to contact their customer service because their products are so well built. Unfortunately, when you do, in my experience, and like I said, you can take a look at my GHL versus Apex series where I go over what kind of happened with their customer service. They wanted me to open up their product and solder things. While some people might say, oh, that sounds like fun, that's not good customer service to have your customers fix your products for you. And I think that's the one thing in this hobby that I look at companies and I say, if they're making us fix their products, they're not very good with customer service. GHL, from my understanding, doesn't have a phone number. I think they had one at one point, but when you call it, it doesn't do anything. I don't think they have a lot of people working in their support department, maybe one person. When you contact them for anything, it's a very long time. It took me probably 4 days to get support from them. So overall, I don't think they have the greatest customer service, and I have to give them a 2 out of 5. I was going to give them a 1, but when you do get a hold of them, I will tell you that they do want to help you. It's the point of getting a hold of them and then what they want you to do when you do get a hold of them. So overall, I think the score is correct for the GHL. Okay, so our 4th one is price. And again, GHL unfortunately isn't going to score high here. Their products are expensive. Why they're expensive? Is it because they're importing from Germany here to the United States? Are they building anything here in the United States? Does it cost a lot of money to import it? I don't know, but if you're going to compare them to, let's say, Neptune or possibly CoralView, you're going to be shocked when you find out how expensive their products are. I would say overall, they have a few products there that I think are well priced, but if you look at their wealth of products, unfortunately, they are expensive. So I think a 2 out of 5 is the right score here. Like I said, they have a couple things that I think are not that expensive, and if you bundle some of their products, they have a pretty good value. Again, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, their products are so much better built. Well, that's probably why they're more expensive, but that's why they get a 2 out of 5, because their products are expensive. So a 2 out of 5 is a pretty good score, I think, for GHL. Okay, so our next one's going to be software and software updates, and unfortunately, GHL isn't going to score very high here. Their software is very difficult to use. It's difficult to get everything set up. It's difficult to use it once it's all set up. And I know I'm going to get people on here that are going to say, well, that's not true, Derek. It's very easy, blah, 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 blah. The point I'm making here is for the average person that doesn't have a computer science degree, it's extremely difficult to use. They use things like filter pump for leak sensors, which doesn't make any sense at all. There's things that are just very difficult for the average user. Now, I have a computer science degree and I still found it difficult to use. So this is where GHL, I think, would score a lot higher if they could really work on their software. Their software, I think, is the one reason, and probably price, that people don't buy GHL. If they could work on this and make it user-friendly, I think people would love GHL products, and I think you'd see a lot more people with them. When it comes to software updates, they are few and far between. Unfortunately, I don't think I've ever seen a software update since I've seen GHL in the last couple of years here. I don't even know if they work on their software, to be quite frank with you. I think the last time they had a software update was probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, maybe. So I think this score could be higher for them if they worked on these things I mentioned, but I'm going to give them a 1 out of 5 for their software and their software updates. Okay, so overall GHL gets a 3 out of 5. I think the score is perfect for them. While they have terrific products and very well-built products, they don't have the greatest customer service and they do not have the greatest software by a long shot. So I think right middle of the road at 3 is a perfect score for GHL. So hopefully you liked this video, and if you did, give it the thumbs up. I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. And I have tons of videos on Neptune. I have tons of videos on the GHL. So go ahead and take a look at those. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.